Looks like it's just us three. Let's go. What's up, Equity Maestro? Morning, good morning. Yeah, that's fire, actually. That's a good PFP. Morning, brother. Good morning, guys. Just gonna give everyone a chance here to join in. Appreciate you guys coming through on a Saturday. Out here working on the weekend. Love to see it. What's going on, Savage? So let me grab my coffee real quick here. Coffee round 2. All right. Jacob, what's going on? Welcome. Morning, good morning. Andy's gone. Just give a few more minutes here, see if more people join. Doesn't matter if they do or not, we're gonna run it. We'll re-record it all. Final masterclass. Time to tie it all together. Always less of a turnout on weekends anyways. So. What's going on, Sam? Good morning, good morning. Oh, he's not even in here. What the hell? DJ, good morning. There's Sam. Good morning, Sam. How we all doing today? All right, we'll start up here in another minute or two. Sitting in a waiting room, waiting for my car to get service. Well, at least you got this to keep you busy, I guess. Nicholsburg, good morning, good morning. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. I'm going to share my screen here. We'll start up in a minute or two. So let me know if you guys can see it. If we're all good. Oh, it says stream failed to start. Let's try that again. All right, it should work that time. You guys see my screen? Beautiful, beautiful. All right, give another minute or so here. Saturday, so people might be out and about. Just want to make sure everyone gets a chance to join if they're going to come up. All right, you know what? Let's start it up. So today we have the final masterclass. So this is masterclass number 5. This is going to be combining the bots. So I've gone over 4 master classes already. We had RSI bots, we had the OBOS bots, we had the Monday range bot, and then we had the bot the masterclass 4, which was combining different bots, being like the volume, the funding rate, and the top gainers and losers as its own kind of like strategy and stuff there. Now we're going to be kind of piecing this together. So if you haven't seen the first 3 master classes specifically, if you watch those and then watch this one back after, because this will be recorded, it'll make a lot more sense to you. And combining the bots inside the Discord is how you find the much more high conviction trades. And it's very simple to do. So I'm going to give you guys exactly how to do it, because a lot of you don't really know how to use like the search function inside of the Discord up here, but there's a very simple way that you can use this to find additional confluences for any trade that you're looking for. So I'm going to cover that for you guys and give you a bunch of examples of how you can use combinations. So the main combinations being RSI divergences plus the OBOS bots, and then using the RSI divergences or OBOS bots with sweeps of Monday's range, and then also just finding multiple confluences on a ton of different time frames for trades. That's going to be how you can find the highest conviction trades inside of Woodsbot and use it to your advantage the most. So we'll dive in here. So there's 3 different sections. So there's going to be RSI divs or OBOS into Monday range. These are very good intraday scalp trades, and they present themselves every single day if you are paying attention to the bots. The second one we're going to be looking at is the RSI divergence plus OBOS alerts. It's probably, well, it is my favorite combination of bots to look at to use. They are extremely high hit rate and very simple to tie them together inside of the Discord. And then we're going to be looking at like multiple time frames. So that's, coins that are, let's say, overbought or have divergences all the way from like 4 hour, 1 hour, 30-minute, 15-minute, right? Like they've made really, really parabolic moves, and across all time frames, they're kind of really giving you signals that, at least a pullback is near or a top is near. And you can use these two in 2 different ways, right? So just for instance, on this trade here, if you had longed the sweep of Monday's low, you don't necessarily need to take the trade up at Monday's high when we get the sweep and stuff. You could use these triggers as an understanding that, like, okay, price is most likely to revert from here. It's most likely to top out, and you can use it to take profits and understand that, like, the move from the low is probably over. So you can use these in multiple ways, right? You don't need to necessarily take the trades themselves. Let's say you're long Bitcoin from let's just say this was a Bitcoin chart and you're long from anywhere down in here, and you get these alerts up in here for Bitcoin, right? It's like you can use these alerts to understand that, like, okay, we're probably going to get a pullback. I should take some profits on my longs. Or you can look to hedge short. Or if you're not even in a position and you don't want to short, you can say, okay, we're probably going to get a pullback now. Don't enter longs here. Wait for something like this, right? So you can use these all in a multitude of ways, but today we're going to go over how you can take plays using multiple confluences for these. So we'll just jump right into it. Right now, what we're looking at is 2 different bot alerts from inside the Discord, and these are RSI divergence, which you see indicated by this red line here. So you had a 30-minute RSI divergence, meaning there is a bearish divergence, there is a loss of momentum, and this was triggered in the Discord in real time when it confirmed. And at the same time, you had a sweep of Monday's high indicated there with the arrow. So you had not only the 30-minute bearish divergence telling you that momentum was slowing, you had a potential reversal in place, like a potential top. There are indications that buyers are losing momentum. You swept key liquidity at the same time being Monday's high. So in this area here, you were alerted of both of these inside of the Discord. And I'll show you guys like where and what they look like. So for anyone who's new, we have over 25 different bots giving you alerts daily across a ton of different time frames and a ton of different triggers. And I'm going to show you how you can piece these all together to take trades. But this is our Monday range bot, for example. Anytime in the entire altcoin market, any coin sweeps Monday's high or Monday's low, you are going to be alerted in real time inside of this channel here. So if you're a Monday range trader, you literally can just use this channel alone to trade Monday range. And back to what I was saying with the education section, I have an entire masterclass just on Monday's range for you guys. So you can just strictly trade this strategy of Monday's range if you would like to do so. And I teach you how. But yeah, this bot is going to tell you anytime Monday's high or low is swept. And then we have the divergence bots. You see these all over our Twitter if you follow them. This is the divergence bot here. This is going to tell you anytime, again, across the entire altcoin market, when a coin is making a bullish or bearish divergence on the time frame of the channel, right? So we have 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, and daily. So every time a candle closes on those respective timeframes, any divergence across the market that is confirmed, you will be alerted in real time, letting you know that this is where and when you should be looking for a trade on the specific coin, right? So you can see here we had A gave the 30-minute bearish divergence into the sweep of Monday's high. So you have two triggers right there that are indicating to you that this is a trade that is worth taking. And you can see that this one played out absolutely beautifully. We swept Monday's high and this came down, for a nice scalp, just about 5%. Let's take a look at Aave. So similar setup. We have Aave, again, sweeps Monday's high. You were alerted of the Monday high sweep in real time, and that would have been like this candle here. So you know that now we're sweeping key liquidity. You're either looking for a flip of this level or a reversal from this level. But at the same time, not the same time, sorry, about an hour and a half later, you get the 30-minute divergence confirmed. So you could have looked and seen, okay, we've swept Monday's high. This is on my radar now. Hour and a half to 2 hours later, you get the confirmed 30-minute divergence from our other bot letting you know that, okay, you now have triggers for a reversal. And once again, you can see the rotation down from Monday's high towards Monday's low. Again, another like nice 5% intraday scalp. Now, these all happened on the 18th. Every trade I'm going to show you happened on the 18th. And I did this for a reason because I'm going to show you how you can back test and also find multiple confluences for the trades you're looking for in real time. But that's Aave. Again, same setup, 30-minute bearish divergence at a sweep of Monday's high. You have two triggers letting you know that this is a potential reversal trade. This is potentially topped out here intraday. And yeah, you could have caught a nice 5% scalp there. The next one we have is Super. Now, this one did not give you a bearish divergence. This one indicated to you that it was overbought as it swept Monday's high. So you had the alert that it swept Monday's high, and you can see the resistance of Monday's high here. Like you couldn't close a candle above it. But at the same time, you had your RSI overbought, which is this alert here. So these were all the coins on that 30-minute close that were overbought from our OBOS bot. And I'll show you what that looks like inside the Discord. But you can see here that at the same time that Super had swept Monday's high, it was flashing to you that on the RSI, this coin was overbought. So now again, you have two confluences telling you that this coin is overbought on the 30-minute time frame, which is a great indication of a potential reversal. And again, we have swept key liquidity being Monday's high. So logically, when you are looking to put risk onto a trade, you have key confluences telling you in real time from the Discord that there is a potential reversal in play here. And of course, you can see how this played out again, right? Beautiful rejection for Monday's high. The overbought RSI played out. And once again, a nice just about 5% scalp. And these are everywhere. all day these are happening and our bots are alerting you in real time. It just takes a bit of work for you to back test and understand the confluences you like to put together and how you want to trade them. And then basically, you may not know how to search these things inside the Discord, which I will show you on this today. So that is kind of the RSI div plus Monday range. It's very straightforward. You either have divergences, bearish or bullish, into Monday's high or low, or and also including you have OBOS alerts from the bots too, telling you that RSI is either overbought or oversold. So that's like one strategy for combining the bots. So I'll just show you what OBOS looks like in the Discord here too for anyone who is new. I showed you the RSI bots. Now this is the OBOS bot. OBOS stands for overbought, oversold. Again, we have 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, and the daily time frame. Every time the candle closes on the respective time frame across the entire altcoin market, you'll be alerted of which coins are overbought or oversold. And they will be broken down by high cap, mid cap, and low cap, so you can understand what kind of coins you're actually wanting to trade. They'll tell you where they are on the RSI here, and it'll give you these reads every respective time frame that you're on. So when you get an overbought or oversold alert in here and it's just swept Monday's high or low, again, you have two pieces of information, two confluences that this is a potential trade that you could look to take. So I'm going to pause it here and see if you guys have any questions on this first combination, the RSI div or OBOS plus Monday's range. And again, if you haven't seen the first 3 masterclasses, I go over each one of these bots in detail, hour long plus, so you can fully understand how to trade those just alone. And then you could learn to combine them with this masterclass here. So just let me know if you have any questions on this. Any questions at all, too. Again, I always say it, this is your guys' time. I want you to understand how these bots work, how you can use them to make money every single day. So any questions at all, just feel free to let me know. Otherwise, we'll keep it moving. All right, beautiful. So now this is my personal favorite, is the RSI div plus OBOS. Very simple. This is a very simple combination of bots that you can use, and it is a very high hit rate of working out. So we have Sol here on the recent top that Sol put in. What's going on, Alchemist? So at the same candle close that you got right here, you received 2 alerts inside of the Discord. One was for a confirmation of a 30-minute bearish divergence indicated by this red line. Your price made a higher high and your RSI made a lower high. That's the divergence, the bearish divergence. Now, at the same time that this candle pushed up, you became overbought on your 30-minute RSI, which was the other alert you received on the same candle close. That 30-minute candle close, you received both of these alerts. So if you were paying attention, our bots told you that Sol was in a very likelihood spot here to get a reversal, or at least, you're not opening longs here. You should take profits on any longs from lower. This is a very high hit rate combination of the 30-minute bearish divergence and being overbought. Very high likelihood to get a pullback somewhere in this area after you get these. And if you paid attention, you obviously could have taken the short and caught, a very nice move on Sol here. Sol put in, about a 6.5% move. So, and you didn't have to do anything other than just look at the alerts inside of the Discord when these came through, right? You didn't have to search hundreds of charts. You didn't have to go and, keep track of this one looks good. Maybe this one, you got the alerts. You could have opened up the chart here, seen exactly what I'm showing you prior to this PA of price going down, and entered a trade. And you can do these daily with the strategies that I'm showing you guys. So that is this is my favorite combination, is using the RSI divergence, bought or oversold. These are extremely high hit rate, whatever kind of general TA that you do as well, supply and demand, support and resistance. If you get these combination triggers into these levels, like say you got this into supply or into resistance, it is a very high hit rate that it is at least going to reverse a little bit from there doesn't necessarily mean that this is just going to top, but you have a very high likelihood of getting at least a 2 to 3% pullback before it goes higher. So the sole H4 chart with OBOS and did could have used 50 RSI momentum to TP. Yeah, the RSI, you can use the 50 mark on RSI as well. It's a whole nother strategy too to understand, if we're above it, we're bullish, we're below it, we're bearish, control zones and stuff like that. So are there any questions on this initial RSI divergence BOS one? Again, this is pretty straightforward. And if you haven't seen the other classes, watch those first and then come back to this video. The next one we're going to look at is APT, exact same setup. You had this one pushing all the way from the lows here, and you didn't top out until you got these two bot alerts, right? So we had, again, the same candle close when this 30-minute candle closed up here. This is actually showing you that it was overbought here. So you were alerted that APT was overbought a few hours before you got the divergence, but you still can put these together because this is the overbought peak here. And then you get the push up, which gives you the divergence with the lower RSI. That's the divergence. And that indicates to you that, you have this whole general area here is looking like a potential top reversal. And when I say top, I don't mean reverse all the way back down to the lows. It can, because 30 minutes specifically is amazing at marking out intraday tops and bottoms, and you can catch massive moves and literal tops and bottoms with this. But right now, this one ended up giving you a pullback. Like, how much did this one give? You could have scalped this. We're now more so in an uptrend on these altcoins, so you're not looking for a full reversal. But yeah, again, right, it's like a 6% move lower. And again, all of these examples I'm showing you are on the exact same day. They are on the 18th, and I'll show you why after. So again, a combination of two different bots here. Tie it in with your general TA of support resistance, supply and demand, EMAs, whatever you use, and tie it in with getting these alerts on these coins into your areas of interest, and you have very high hit rate trades. What's going on, Santa? All right, next one we're going to take a look at is near. Again, just a beautiful example. This is extremely overbought, right? Like your 30-minute RSI here is sitting at like 85. So you would have had a ton every 30 minutes, you would have had like overbought alerts in here while it was above there. But at this candle close here, you got the divergence again. So this is actually an hourly divergence. So you had the hourly divergence here. So you had a 1 hour bearish divergence. You can see that price is making higher highs while your RSI is making, very, very clear lower highs. That's the divergence. And then at the same time, you had the 30-minute overbought alert. So you would have got one here, but you also had one here when it was peaking just above and at the same time that the divergence closed. So you had two triggers. And if you tried to short this at any point in the move up from below, you would have got absolutely blown out until this topped. Maybe you caught a scalp here on this like supply, but again, right? Like what happened here? You had overbought alerts on the RSI. So yes, you could have caught this with our bots, albeit just a scalp lower, but that was the other point in which it made sense to actually try a short. This pushed up and you got overbought alerts and stuff, but there might have actually been a div here, and you can see they don't always play out. You got a little bit of a pullback, but then you can see it's got extremely overbought here, and this is where it ended up marking out the top. So you can wait for specifically the 30-minute and 1 hour to give you divergences and overbought, oversold alerts to help you understand when a potential top and bottom is in, right? It doesn't work every single time, obviously. You can see here that this was overbought. Nothing in trading works every single time. Like, it doesn't matter if it's a bot or not. You had even a divergence, right? This trade wouldn't have worked. That's part of the game. This one, though, came up, became even more overbought. You had an even bigger divergence, and you can see that this one actually did end up topping it out. This one gave you Again, right? This one gave you about an 8% move lower. Beautiful scalp if you caught that. So yeah, this is my personal favorite is combining the bearish or bullish divergences with the coin being overbought or oversold and getting the alerts for that. So are there any questions on this specific combination? This one's very straightforward, and I'm going to show you guys now how you can search to find these inside the Discord for those that don't know, to make it really, really easy for you to find additional confluences when a trade is happening. Any way to find hedge top? So what do you mean by that specifically? Well, it's making RSI div. Yeah, so I'll show you Nicholsburg. There's a few ways. One of the easiest ways, sorry, my coffee machine's shutting off in the back if you hear it. One of the easiest ways that you can, we'll just go show in real time here. So again, all of the things that I just showed you guys were legit from the exact same day. So I'm going to show you now a little bit of the different ways that you can search and use functions inside of Discord to find multiple confluences for any trade. So let's use the near example for like this. So all the trades, like I said, were on the 18th. So one of the functions inside Discord that you can use, and this is absolutely key for doing back testing, right? I woke up and I put this masterclass together for you guys. This is what I did. I looked at Bitcoin here, right? And I looked where the reversal was because this is where I know all of the triggers, the different things that happened today. And I'll show you now how you can search that up. So all these trades are from the 18th because that's where we topped out. So you can come into the Discord. And if you want to back test, and this is extremely important for back testing, it makes it so simple. You can go on this and you can choose any date, and it will only give you alerts and whatever, even messages from that day and stuff. But we're going to click the 18th because that's the day we were using. And then you can go in and you can select any bot. So any bot you want. So let's look at the RSI on the 1 hour because that's what this one had. And then you can type in near and it will give you only 1 hour divergences on that day for near. So you can specifically look that up. But you can also do this. So this is to your question, Nicholsburg. If you take in out, you can just do alerts for near on the 18th. And it'll only show you, well, messages for near. So if someone's mentioned near or whatever, but it'll show you all of the bot alerts for near. So like you can see here, this is an overbought 1 hour. This is a 15-minute div. This is more OBOS. You know, you had liquidations from the bots. It will show you all of the alerts for the specific coin you're looking for if you want to search it like that. But you can also search specifically, like I mentioned, in, you know, whatever, say RSI 30-minute. Now, if you just search this, it's just going to show you all of the 30-minute divergence alerts on that day. If you want to search up a coin to see if it had it, whatever, say BTC, it will only show you the results for BTC. So this is like extremely important for understanding and finding multiple confluences because let's say you were taking a trade, you know, let's say the day like that you were looking for near was the 18th. Um, So again, on you can go the 18th, and let's say you had your bearish divergence for near, the 1 hour bearish divergence that I pointed out, right? You had this alert, and this is what you used to trigger the idea for you to take a trade. You could have looked up near inside of the bot here and seen, okay, we also have a 15-minute bearish divergence. I now have two triggers. Like, what is this, 10, 15? 11, yeah, so like you can see that you can find multiple confluences for trades in real time if that's what you want to do. Like let's just look at what were some of the others. So let's go to like one of the, like let's go to super on the 18th. So the 18th coin super, you can see You had 15-minute bearish divergences on super. It was overbought on super on the 15-minute time frame, overbought on the 30-minute. Also going to show you that you had the Monday high sweep. Yeah, so you had the Monday high sweep. Like you can see all of the same triggers that ping in the exact same time. So if you're looking for a trade and you want to stack, or say you look and you have a 30-minute bearish divergence, that's your initial trigger to say, okay, I'm interested in this coin. You can come into the Discord. Instead of searching all of the different channels, you can quite literally just type it into here and it'll show you you also have a 15-minute bear div. You also have it being oversold or overbought on the 30-minute and the 1 hour, right? And you can get a whole rounded picture to say like, okay, we're overbought on multiple time frames and we have like a bear div on the 15 and 30-minute, right? Your confidence for that trade goes up extremely high compared to just saying, oh, there's a 15-minute divergence. So using this to your advantage is massive, especially in conjunction with what I'm teaching you today as like the bot combination specifically. So I have a full education on this for you guys too. For those of you that don't know, I have everything you could ever need to know about how to make money with our bots in here. I have exactly what every bot is specifically per bot. I have legitimate bot strategies for you can literally use one of these strategies and make money every single day, or you can combine them. You can do whatever you want, but there's a ton of strategies in here. And then under bot alpha, I have once again things like how to build a daily bias, how to scalp, whether you're a scalper, how to swing trade if you're a swing trader, how to trade ranging conditions specifically, how to trade trending conditions specifically, how to find coins in low volume conditions, and then here, how to backtest slash find additional bot confluences with Woodsbot. So inside of bot education, bot alpha, this is your search bar prompts. This is exactly what you can use. You can use on to search for a date. You can use in to search in a channel. You can use from to search for messages from members if you were talking to someone, and you can search coin name. And you can combine these in any way that you want. So I woke up this morning seeing that we topped on Bitcoin on the 18th. I know there's going to be a shit ton of bot triggers and alerts across all of the altcoins on the 18th. So then I looked up on, selected the 18th. I looked in the RSI 30-minute or the Monday range, found the coins that had triggers there. And then I also just searched that coin name on that date to find additional triggers and bot confluences that went off on the coin at the same time. And that's how I put this whole masterclass together. And that's how you can use this to A, back test a specific strategy, or B, find multiple bot confluences in real time in a very simple and effective way. And again, this is in bot education, bot alpha. Scroll to the bottom and you have these search bar prompts that you can start to use. So, on the 18th, let's say you just wanted to see coins that were giving RSI 1 hour divergences. So I'm literally looking on the 18th and it's only going to show me 1 hour divergence alerts from the 18th. And you can just look and you can go and you can back test all of these. You can see how they played out. You can see what additional confluences were on these coins, yada, yada. If you put in the work on these things that I'm showing you, like you can literally be profitable every single day, shortcutting so much of the work by using our bots to tell you exactly where and when to trade. Like I'm telling you. But that is like a rundown of how you can find multiple confluences with the bots and how you can use them to backtest. So if anyone has any questions on that, like please ask me now so I can answer those. Yeah, Emmy. So basically what I'm saying is like potential reversal. When you get 30-minute or 1 hour divergences and you're showing in overbought or oversold. So if you have like alerts from both bots, like all of these examples, you know, so like this is telling you it doesn't mean it always works, obviously. Like, I don't even need to caveat that, but like, this is telling you that this is potentially topped out. You're overbought on the 30-minute and you have a bearish divergence, indicating to you that bulls are losing momentum. So you can understand that, like, you know, for instance, like the 30-minute is insane. I'll show you right here. Like, I'll show you exactly where we bottomed. And my laptop is. So this is where we bottomed. And you can go on any chart and do this with the 30-minute. All right, this is where we bottomed. What do you see here? You have a bullish divergence on the 30-minute time frame, and you have price oversold. Now look, we do not top out until you come here and you put in a bearish divergence on the 30-minute and you become overbought. Now you can go back test this on any chart and just look at the 30-minute, and you will see that the 30-minute time frame giving you bullish and bearish divergences and being overbought and oversold will just continually mark out intraday tops and bottoms. Like, it is the most reliable way that I know of finding these like intraday tops and bottoms. Right? This was the bottom. We did not top out till you got here. That's what I'm saying, is like, whether you took this trade or not, if you were long from the bottom here on Sol, and then now you can look to take profits, or you can look to hedge, or you can at least look to not long into some FOMO that's happening, right? So there are a multitude of ways to like use the bots and the data, but you would have had bot alerts here. You would have had the exact same thing. This would have been a 30-minute bull div, and this would have been a 30-minute oversold alert, and you could have used it exactly the same, right? But like, in order to understand this and to get the pattern recognition, you need to backtest. So go to all the tops and bottoms on Bitcoin on the 30-minute chart, search inside the Discord that exact date, and then search in RSI 30, and you'll see the coins that gave 30-minute bullish and bearish divergences at those tops and bottoms, and just start playing with it, start getting familiar with it, start understanding it. Put in hours of work each day, and you will find a way to make money with these. Like, it really does tell you exactly where and when to become interested in trades. So we don't have the alert notifications. Like, if you use the Discord on your phone, you get the alerts. But like, they are within the Discord. So like, when you open up the Discord, you'll see the alerts there. All right. So are we all clear on, the bots I'm talking about, divergence bots, OBOS bots, Monday range bot, as well as how to piece these confluences together, and also how to search them in real time inside the Discord? Any questions covering that, let me know now. No? All right, perfect. Let's keep it moving. So now we're going to look at multiple time frames. So this is the coins that are just going parabolic, and these coins are very difficult to fade, and lots of times they don't work. Like, I'll show you these coins, they become overbought, oversold on every time frame. Like, so you can see here, AVAX recently had a massive, massive push higher. So this is the daily time frame. We're going to run down through each time frame. You can see that this on the daily time frame. Now let's take this to the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, you can see that this is overbought on the 4-hour. We also had, and like, these all triggered on this close up here. All of these alerts that I'm showing you right now triggered at the same time. And you could have searched AVAX on that date, and you'd have all these alerts across all these different bots telling you this is overbought on a ton of time frames. We have divergences on a ton of time frames. And you can see here we have a 4-hour divergence, pinged these both alerts at the same time, right at the top here. If we go down to the hourly, you know, extremely overbought on the hourly. Again, you get that alert right at the top here. And then, yeah, you can go even just all these other time frames. But you can see that like this thing got so overbought that like at the daily close, which closed the 4-hour, which closed the 30-minute, which closed the hourly candle, they all closed at the same time. You got all of these alerts inside the Discord telling you that like this coin is like overbought across every single time frame, basically. Like, this thing is most likely very close to being a top. Yeah, master classes are all on YouTube, Sam. They're if one of you guys can also shoot in like the recordings channel for people watching this right now, like one of the mods or someone or Mello or someone, and then we have them not only so we have them in the education section of the Discord, but you can also find them in recordings, which is basically just all the YouTube videos, or you can find them on YouTube. Again, let's go to IMX. This is another one that just gave you notifications across all of the time frames of being either overbought or having divergences. So you have the daily, again, the daily close, and you could see this was super overbought on the daily. Go down to the 4 hour. Again, it's the same thing. You had your bearish divergence on the 4 hour, plus it was overbought. And when this closed, this has so far marked out the top when you got all of these alerts. Go down to the hourly. Again, the hourly. You could have executed a trade like this on any of these time frames. So you had here on the hourly, for instance, very, very clear triggers to execute a short when this happened here. So you have price being extremely overbought on the hourly, like extremely overbought, with a 1 hour bearish divergence. If you executed this trade anywhere up here when you had these alerts, you caught so far the top and a 13% move, right? So our bots let you know, like, okay, this is a potential top. You have the daily is overbought. You have the 4 hour is overbought, as well as it has a bear div, and you have an hourly bear div and an hourly overbought signal all on the same candle close right here. And then that was enough to give you the triggers for this being the top. And if you took it, you shorted the top and you're sitting in beautiful profits. So this is how you can combine, at multiple time frames for a coin, right? You can look at all the way from 15-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour daily and see that this is giving, 6 to 8 different triggers that this might be the top, like very high confluence that this is now too far overbought with divergences. This may be kind of a more higher time frame top on this coin. Go down to the hourly, you can see you had triggers to execute on the lower time frames like an hourly. So that's kind of like how you can combine multiple time frames to give you a bigger picture that like this coin is extremely has rallied extremely hard or dumped extremely hard, and this is either close to a top or a bottom. So that's pretty much what I have here to show you guys. It's self-explanatory. RSI divergences combined with the OBOS bot, very clear. It just takes you going and back testing these, understanding how they work, also being able to understand how to search inside the Discord, which I've taught you, as well as there's classes on that and videos, and just piecing them together. Like this takes you guys putting in a little bit of effort, but like take a week or two to do this 1 or 2 hours a day on a specific strategy you want, and you can make money from then on forever just using these bots. Like the implications of you putting in a little bit of work to build a strategy, which the bots automatically do for you, stretches farther than you could ever fucking imagine. And I'm trying to give you guys the keys to do exactly what you need to do in order to succeed and make money every single day with these bots. That's right. So all of you guys who are in verified who don't have access, we have free trial access coming very soon for you guys. Now I'm trying to educate all of you as best as I can so that when that time comes, you guys have the ability to really get and take advantage of these bots as best as you can, right? Like I want you guys to be prepared. The ones who are showing up on a Saturday like today and looking and listening to these master classes, like hats off to you. You guys are putting in the work, right? I know people are working and this and that, and then people watch the recordings and stuff, and hats off to them too, right? Like I want you guys to be able to succeed with Woodsbot, even if you're in verified. We give you guys the opportunity to join for free. We give you guys all of the fucking alpha. We do giveaways, like we care about you guys. We want you guys to see what these bots can do for you. Getting access is free. It just takes $500 on a ref link. You don't pay anything. Like there's no monthly fee. There's no like, oh, I pay X dollars and then I get in. It's free. You just trade and we give you the tools to do so. But I'm trying to educate you guys from when we open up this free trial access. I'm not going to tell you when, but it's going to be in the near future here. So make sure you keep our Twitter notifications on, stay active in the Discord, engage with our content. We always see the people who are putting in the work, and we're always looking to reward the ones who are loyal to it. So I'm looking forward to that, and I'm sure you guys are too. That's coming soon. So something to be excited about. Beast regarding AVAX, looking at the 4-hour time frame, you can see there is a massive overbought peak on the 10th and then confirmed with a bear dip on the 13th, but then it ripped again till yesterday. What are the signals that could tell you that the run higher is not over? So AVAX has just been an absolute monster. So I see what you're saying here. So here's the thing, right? Like, if you took this trade when you got triggers for it, you still caught a damn near, 9% move lower, right? If you executed this bear div, top is so laggy. So if you executed this bear div, where you also had the bot showing you, okay, so if you executed this anywhere in here, you could have executed it down here with stops up here, like 3% lower than where you got the alerts. You still caught a damn near 10% move. Like, you will have taken profits on that, surely. Like, there's no reason you're not taking profits on that. And yeah, whatever, you get stopped break even on that, and then it pushes higher, and then you also get the indications again at the next top that this is another short. But like, if you executed, there would be alerts in the 1 hour, the 30 minute, the 15 minute. You could have executed this on a ton of different time frames, guaranteed, and you would have caught a very nice move down. You probably would have taken at least 2 TPs on that. Just so happens that it wasn't the bottom, whatever, so be it. Guarantee we go to the 30 minute, and you can see it triggers, which you could have longed this thing too. Yeah, like, literally here, where, see, and this is what I'm saying, is you guys can use these fucking weapons, man. You would have shorted up here and rode this down, and you would have seen, okay, we are oversold on the 30 minute, and you have a bullish divergence here, or very close to it. And this would have been your indication that, okay, the bot alerts are telling you that this is most likely bottomed for at least a bounce. You could have looked to long because this thing is in an uptrend and shorting is counter trend, and then caught the next move higher till you got all the alerts again from the bot telling you of a high. Like, you could have played this with all the alerts. You could have come down here, and it's now finally oversold on the 30 minute, taken a majority of your profits, hedged long as well at the bottom before the next rip up. And then all the alerts I'm telling you now, you could have looked to get short again and take profits on your long. So like, you can really use this shit to like find intraday tops and bottoms, and like, you don't have to time the top like you're saying. It's like, there wasn't really indications saying that this wasn't the top, other than we are in an uptrend. You had a very overbought 4-hour bearish divergence and overbought RSI, which is why you took the short, or would have taken the short, and you would have banked on that short with about a 10% move. Great. If it's not the top, so be it, right? This thing's in an uptrend, right? It's a lot easier to just long than it is to try and catch the top. So if you decide to play the trend is your friend, things are going up, you look for long triggers. Our bot would have given you long triggers at the exact bottom low here before the next move higher, and you would have made way more money longing this than you would have shorting. But you also could have shorted it again at the right time when you got all the bot alerts too. So just let me know if that makes sense for you. Yeah. Oh, nice. So you caught the 18th top one. Beautiful. Did you use specific bots to catch that? If so, which ones? Oh, beautiful. I love to see that. Literally, the example I'm giving, one of our members literally knew, mistaken. I've just started seeing your name around. And so to see you catching a trade based off past teachings and stuff on exactly just a random coin and trade I'm showing you now, fucking beautiful. Congrats. I love that. That just goes to show you guys how you can use these bots if you just put in the effort to like learn and understand how to trade with them. So Does that make sense though? How you could have caught the short from the 10th to the 13th or whatever, how you could have gotten long and then you could have also up. Like you can really use the bots to just catch every intraday top and bottom. And again, this is trading. They don't always work. It isn't like you get a 30-minute alert and I've caught the top or bottom. It does not work like that. Statistically speaking, though, you will catch more wins when you combine bots like 30-minute divergence and overbought or oversold. They will more than not mark out intraday tops and bottoms, or at least scalps for 2-3% where your stops are break even, and then give you the next alerts at the next time. Like, you statistically speaking, these bots are insanely good and have amazing hit rates at helping you find these if you combine them, like I'm showing you today. Thank you. Absolutely. I spent 3 days straight watching the educational videos and messing around with bots. Just back. Beautiful, man. I love to hear that. Congrats on that too, right? Like I'm happy to hear that the educational pieces are actually helping that as well. I put a lot of time and effort into just literally just trying to give you guys the keys to change your life with trading and with the bots and tools we have available here. So I'm always happy to hear that that's working out. All right. So, in terms of everything we just covered, now is the time to ask me questions. Any of the bots, anything to do with Woodsbot, anything at all, just please let me know now before we wrap this up. Thank you, Chess. Appreciate that. And it might be stupid. Is there any way to set limits? No, so you have to set limits on your our bots just like I said, really give you like they really tell you where and when to trade. For you, you have to open up, execute the trade, look at what else you look at too, right? Are you getting 30-minute divergences and overbought signals into a supply or resistance zone on your chart with how you trade? Good. Like you have very clear reversal signals into your area of interest. It's easy to execute a trade and put risk on knowing that like you have a higher likelihood, higher statistic likelihood of that trade working out than not, right? So you still have to execute the trade, but we tell you exactly what coins across the whole market are worth looking at now and when, whether you scalp trade, whether you swing trade, any of it, right? So we have things from the daily and 4 hour for higher time frame traders or higher time frame bias. If you execute lower time frames on 50-minute, 30-minute, 1 hour, we have bots that cover that too. No problem, Amy. So just keep your notifications on Twitter. Stay active in the Discord matrix. We'll let you know. The free trial is coming very soon for you guys, but yeah, you'll know soon. Excited to open this up for you guys. Yeah, go for it, Emmy. Appreciate you, Sam. And again, I appreciate all you guys coming out on a Saturday, like the ones who are putting in the work, the ones who are like dedicated to learning this, I'm dedicated to teaching you, and you will gain so much value from just spending a bit of time going through what I'm saying, back testing it yourself, and putting it into practice. There are so many individual strategies that I teach you guys that you only need to do one. Start learning to combine them and shit. You'll have a much higher hit rate and you will find daily success. Not every day are you going to make money in trading. That's not what I'm saying. But over a long period of time, you will have more wins than losses. If you manage your risk, your wins will be bigger than your losses and you will consistently compound and make money in this game. What volume should be considered as good volume as compared to mid caps? So to be honest, anything that shows up in this, like you gotta understand there's God, I don't even know how many coins in the market overall. Couldn't tell you. Fucking hundreds, thousands, I don't even know, tens of thousands. But like on exchanges themselves, so many. So right here we have like, I don't even know, 15 or 20. So if they show up in here and they aren't a high cap coin like ETH, Bitcoin, Sol, AVAX, like these are always gonna be in here. But you see coins like Bio or and I'll go to bio in a second, and I guarantee it's just fucking ripping. Don't even know what it is. You see things like, Mubarak. You see things like Tut. Like, these coins are not top 25 coins. So when you see them in the volume bot, these things are cooking. Like, whatever. We'll just look at bio real quick. And I just want to keep it on track with the masterclass today, but I'll just show you. Like, I don't even know. Haven't looked at bio. Don't know what the hell it is, but you don't need to, right? Like, volume bot's telling you that this thing is cooking. On a weekend where things are slow, this thing's printing 30% up. You can look to trade it by understanding that this is showing up in a volume as the highest volume alongside these like high caps, right? Like, something's happening with this coin. So you can use it in that way. Basically anything that shows up that isn't a high cap in here is like, it shouldn't be in here. So something's happening, right? No, so we can't split well, maybe we can, but something we can look at in the future for sure. But again, any of these questions too, feel free to hit me up in general, YouTube and everything. I just want this is like masterclass specific. So that's all that I had to show you guys. In terms of any more questions regarding what we just went over today, please let me know. And if not, we'll wrap it up and that will conclude the masterclass sessions. But don't think that the streams are ending. Like, that I'm still streaming every single week, nonstop. I'm going to start bringing traders back up again to go over the people who are having success with the bots to give their stories on how they're doing it and whatnot. We'll do like some trader interviews with people who have had success with the bots, and we've done roundtables before with like 3 or 4 of the traders who are actually successful. There's a ton of stuff I planned. So these past weeks have just been masterclass specific, but we have a lot more coming for you. Yeah, no problem. Thank you, Beast. Appreciate you. It's good to see you in here. It's good to see that you are having success with the bots and everything. Chess, Amy, appreciate all you guys coming through. Like I said, on a Saturday, I see you putting in the work. I am doing the same in order to educate you guys, and I appreciate the fact that this is working out, and I want to see you guys succeed. We all do at Woodsbot. No problem, Alchemist. Appreciate you coming through. Live trade examples. No, but we can do that in the future for sure, Savage. It's something we can look at. All right, guys. But yeah, I'm going to wrap that up here. Again, appreciate you coming through. I hope everyone has a great weekend. The next 6 to 12 months in this market can change your fucking life, and I cannot understate that. I'm going to do everything I can do. We at Woodsbot are going to do everything that we can do to give you guys the tools, the education, the community to succeed and take advantage of that. And man, we're all going to win. Just, put in the work, manage your risks, show up every day. Potential is limitless. So have a great weekend, guys. Appreciate you. And anything you need, just hit me up in the chats. I'm here 24/7. All the mods are as well. And we'll get back to you there. All right, guys. Have a good weekend. Take care.